Tom, first up, congratulations, you were named in the Championship team of the season. That must have been a great honour, wasn't it?
Yeah, it really was. Really proud moment for me and my family to get that recognition. Fantastic. Something that no one can take away from me. So yeah, really delighted with that. But you know, couldn't have done it without the lads. So massive thank you to them as well. I mean, you're competing against some really, really good defenders in the Championship. So to get two of the spots is incredible. Yeah, it is. Yeah, like you said, this is a fantastic league, isn't it? But like I just said then, couldn't have done it without the lads. So yeah, it's been a good season for myself personally, and to get that accolade as well is really nice. But obviously there's a bigger goal with the team, which you know, I would trade any individual award for. A lot of the lads probably had big chances of getting in that team here, didn't they? Because there's been so many standout performances, including yourself. Yeah, I think there's a couple really unlucky not to get in the team as well. So yeah, for whatever reason it hasn't happened. But like I said, I think they'd be the same as well. They would trade any individual accolades for you know, the team goal at the end of it. To think that at the beginning of the season you weren't quite in the team, were you? But then you forced your way in and you haven't looked back. Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? You know, first 4 games I couldn't even get a sniff. It was you know, it was quite a difficult time for me personally as well. I was you know, not just a little bit sad, you know, just wanted to play football and you know, I just couldn't get in the team. So yeah, it's yeah, quite a difficult time for me. Obviously had that Newport game when we were out the cup, and I thought that was the end of, you know, probably my chance to force my way in, because we went out straight away and for whatever reason got the chance at Swansea, and you know, probably never looked back since. How do you view the season for you personally? Do you feel you're just getting better and better and better, or do you think it's just a real level of high consistency? No, I think the standards have been quite good all the way through. Personally, you know, obviously you can't be unbelievable every week, and you know, there's certain things. I was ill a couple of weeks ago and stuff like that. You know, touch wood, I've been quite lucky with injuries this year. Unlike last year, so it's really good to have a full season feeling fit again, and you know, you've been able to perform at my best. Every team, defenders a team, and it's not just the defenders and the goalkeeper, but it feels a bit more so here at Luton, where out of possession this side it's got to be one of the strongest in the Championship. You've had different partners in that 3-man defence, haven't you? And yet, whoever it is, all 3 of you seem to do a great job. Yeah, I joked about it with the gaffer actually. I said I've had nothing to do since Marv's come in. He's been fantastic, hasn't he? So yeah, no, it's like you said, everyone knows their roles in the team, and you know, whatever 3 out there, we're going to try do our best for the team. So yeah, it's one of them. It doesn't really matter who's in there. Everyone's going to put their body on the line, and that's probably something that just runs through the team now. You know, you've seen Bez coming on the other day, and I don't know what he had before he came on, but no, I won't mind some of that. And some of the centre halves have been, you know, traditionally fullbacks, but they've come in and done such a solid job. I mean, the defending has been exceptional. Yeah, it has. You know, it's weird how it works sometimes, isn't it? You play a position, you probably, you know, you look at Amari start of the season, he was just a wing back, wasn't he? And through whatever has happened, injuries or whatever, he's ended up playing on the left of a 3, and he's done really, really well. He's been really consistent for us and really high performer in that position, and you know, he's a great player, and that's with a lot of the boys as well. You know, I've had to move over to the right now with a few injuries, but the lads don't mind doing it. Everyone does what's best for the team, and want to try and get that end goal, and obviously ultimately 3 points every match day. It's this sort of funny period now, isn't there, where there are 2 games, you know you're going to finish 3rd or 4th, you know you're going to have a home leg in the second tie, and you've got to see these 2 next ones out. It's a funny period. Yeah, it can be. You know, I've personally not been in this position before. I've always, when we've been up there and had promotions and that in the past, it's always gone down to the last day, and with a chance of maybe going automatics or then ending up in the playoffs. So 2 games now without really, and you say nothing to play for, but you don't want to stumble into the playoffs. You want to go in with a bit of momentum and keep it going. And I think that was what happened on Monday night. We weren't at our best by any stretch of the imagination, but we found a way to win the game, which is probably a really good trait to have as a football team. When you're not playing well and you're still picking up results, that's a really good thing.
It felt like that, didn't it? That you weren't quite your normal aggressive pressing self, but mate, that's probably natural somewhere in the mind where it doesn't mean as much as what it will do in 3 games times, 4 games times, 5 game times. Yeah,
I know, but it's not a switch. You can't just turn it on and off, which was really frustrating in the first half. Wanted to get after them, and I think you have to hold your hands up at points and say fair play to Borough, because they handled the ball in tight situations and moved it really well. You're not always going to be able to get a really good press on all the time in the game, so you might have to hold your hands up and say well done, but it was frustrating in the game. I just felt like we were not even a yard off it, 2-3 yards off it in the press, so that was annoying. And then we tweaked a little bit at half time, and then we get the second goal and we just end up sitting in again, so that was annoying again. But like I said earlier, it's brilliant to be able to find a way to win even when you're not playing well.
I bet when that corner came in, you must have known straight away what was going to happen, didn't you? Because as soon as you headed it, it's in.
Yeah, it was. I wasn't even supposed to be there, to be honest with you. I was supposed to be at the front, but it's funny how it happens, innit? And as soon as he hit it, and I ended up running, I just thought, oh yeah, here we go. This is good. And then it was sweet contact. I knew it was in straight away as soon as the ball left my head. So after that, all I was worried about was doing the best knee slide I could. So and I think I nailed it quite well. I don't know if you can remember me last one against Bristol City. It was I think I had grass burns on my knees for about 3 weeks after that one. So a little bit better this time.
Everyone on here is going to be able to see that dodgy eye. That can be all right. Those stitches, that won't be a problem, will it? They'll be all right. Our doc tried his best to make sure they weren't. We only had three stitches, but he almost stitched my eyelid shut. So that was at half time. So there was no way I was coming off with that. So it's all good. Yeah, and then just leading up to the playoffs, it sounds like from what the manager's saying that you almost could have a near enough full squad leading into them, perhaps without Woodrow, but it's a good position to be in.
Yeah, it is. As a manager, you want to make them difficult decisions, which is having a full availability to choose from. When the team almost picks itself, you almost just have to roll with it. But to have a full squad and is something we didn't have last year going into the playoffs, which hampered us quite a bit. So to be able to have a full squad going into it would be massive. I know the boys are working really hard to get back for it. It's the business side of the season now, innit? And everyone's looking forward to them games. That's why you're a footballer times like these. So we'll look forward to it. But whoever's available and whoever's out on the pitch, we've got confidence in whoever goes out there.
Nice one. Cheers, Tom.
If you go back to the Newport game, as you mentioned then, when that game had finished, I remember you did the press after that. How worried were you about the season ahead? The fact that you weren't in the league side then?
Maybe not worried as much, because I always knew I'm a good player, and and the levels I'm able to hit. More just maybe so that would just might have to be somewhere else other than here. And that was probably I wouldn't say concern, but that was like the overriding thought at the time. If that was going to be the case, because I'm not, obviously everyone wants to be playing and doing well. So when that Newport game finished, and obviously I scored in it as well, didn't I? It was, no knee slide that time, but that was the thought at the time.
So a genuine concern, but then they might have to leave to get the first team football then from the club.
Yeah, that's how it was looking. Obviously, I think probably at the start of the last season, Nathan probably had his back free in his head, and I wasn't in it. So, but like I just mentioned, then with the injuries and that, you obviously never know what's around the corner. And then obviously it was nice that it was just 4 games in the end and not a lot longer, because I feel like once I got in the team and probably never really looked back, and I've loved playing.
Yeah, because since then you started every league game apart from 2, and 1 was you were suspended. So I mean that's quite a turnaround, isn't it, in fortunes for yourself?
Yeah, it was. The other one was the Coventry game, wasn't it? Yeah.
I'm still not sure you dropped for that one, but
yeah, nor do I. Nor do I really. It's one of them. Like before I joined Luton, I think I played the majority of games in every season I've been in, and then I come to Luton. I've been hampered by a few injuries first 2 seasons, which was annoying. But yeah, it's nice to just be back in the team and know you're going to have a game every week, which was really nice, and it's something you get to look forward to. And I know there's some people who hate training. I actually don't mind training. I really enjoy getting around the lads and giving it the all in training, not just going through the motions. That's until Kev Dearden refs, actually, because he was horrendous today. Forgot what you asked.
Yeah. Does it make it even sweet though this season that you've had that and you've come through and you've performed to the levels that you have? Does it make it even better that how it started and how it's gone now?
Yeah, you could say that. I don't really dwell on the past or anything, so I'm always looking to the next game and the old cliche. But yeah, there's no point looking back now, is there? Whatever's done's done. You can't change it, so it doesn't really bother me too much. Football's about opinions, isn't it? So might not be one person's cup of tea, but you could be someone else's.
We spoke to Carlton Morris obviously after the game Monday, and he said that you're fundamental to the side, just what you do off the pitch and your character. So I mean, you're obviously highly rated by the squad as well.
Yeah, no, that's obviously nice to hear from Big Carl. I like to live my life right and do things properly, and I don't want any regrets at the end of my career. So I don't want to be the one in the pub saying, "Oh, I wish I'd done that," or "I would have done this if I'd done that." Life's not about that for me. Life's like seizing the moment and doing everything in your power to get what you want. And at the minute, I want to be performing well for Luton, and I want to try and push on for a promotion. So if there's something that ain't going to help me towards that, then I ain't going to do it. Do you know what I mean? And I know the missus don't like that when she's trying to drive me to the cinema and stuff, but that's the way it is at the minute.
Obviously Carlton 20 goals this season in the league, first player to do that at this level since Ryan's team back in the 80s. Just how big a player has he been for you this season?
Yeah, he's been a revelation, and I don't think he would have even thought coming in that he would hit 20 goals. I remember saying to him at the start of the season, I was like, so if you get 20 goals this year, what are you going to do? And he said, "Locks, if I get 20 goals, I'll pay for you to go to Portugal." So he denies it now, right? But I promise you, yeah, he said that. Have you
got that on record? Have you got any?
No, I should have made him sign a contract, shouldn't I? But he's been fantastic, hasn't he? He's led the line really well, and not just his goals, his link-up play and his work for the team has been absolutely fantastic. And he's took to Luton like a duck to water, and which is great to see. And the fans love him, which always helps. And then when they get right behind you, it really is a good feeling. So long may it continue, I say. Hopefully you can get a few more by the end of the season.
Will you be booking that trip in the summer and giving him the bill then now? Or?
Well, let's hope there's a better trip at the end of it instead. But if not, maybe, who knows. So see if he wants to go away somewhere and see if he wants to pay. That'd be nice. But obviously we've got the bigger goal and hopefully a bigger party at the end of it.
And you mentioned the fans, obviously, with Carlton. They've been really good with you as well. When you've got your own song now, and you're a massive favourite with them. How pleasing is that to see as well? Yeah,
it's really nice, really nice. It's taken a couple of years in it because of my injuries and that, but now it is really nice, and great feeling when obviously my family come up and watch, and my missus in the stand and that, and she loves it. So it is really nice, and it gives you that little spur on the pitch. If you do something good and then you hear the song going as well, it's a great feeling.
And after this point of last year in the playoffs, just how much does the squad now want to go one better, two better now, and actually reached the Premier League this season as well.
Yeah, it's obviously massive hurt last season, especially the way it all happened and that, and you know, not being able to thank the fans properly at the end of the game for their fantastic support all season, which hurt as well. And I remember back to that change rooms after we came in, and you know, there was tears and there was frustration and there was, you know, it was just a horrible feeling. So the lads who are here for that will obviously use that going forward now, and there's obviously other lads who have come in who might have their own experiences from things like that as well, which will help. So overall, I think it'll be a positive experience last year, obviously from what happened.
And do you reckon having the home leg second, is that any advantage at all? Now you know that's going to happen.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen the Kenny, haven't you? Yeah, we'd rather have the Kenny on a night game than on a Saturday, I think. So yeah, that'll be fantastic.